Hello, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome to all the circles who are viewing in from the east side, west side, and downtown, midtown. Today we're going to be talking about something real important to me. For all of those who are Detroiters out there who love your city, it should be important to you as well. Today we're talking about how to find the beauty in the ugly. Most of y'all know it doesn't take too much to walk down your street, walk down your block, and see some of the challenges that our city has. However, I'm convinced that we have an opportunity to find beauty even in the most ugly of situations. Not only in the city, but we can also find beauty in our own ugly stuff in our personal lives. But I have my homegirl right here, Halima Cassell, so I've just grown to love and just really look up to. She is a world-renowned mural artist. She's been doing mural art here in the city of Detroit for a couple of years now. I'm just going to allow for her to talk to us a little bit about what she does, how she does it, and how she's representing her block and making it better and finding beauty in the ugly. What got you into doing mural art?
I started doing murals right after the birth of my daughter, Mila. And we were living in Brooklyn, and we walked to the train every day. And I wanted her to have something to look at that was beautiful when we were walking down the block. And so the first mural, I teamed up with another artist, and we figured out the process. And she sat in her car seat and watched this, and it's still there, and that makes me happy.
Wow, cool. So now you're a native Detroiter, right?
Native Detroiter.
Yeah, and I heard that you went to the best high school in the entire
I
universe.
absolutely did.
Yeah, what's that high school again?
Cass Tech. For all those that don't know, Cass Tech. Yeah.
Okay, getting back to what we were talking about. So you were in NY for a little while, and you know it's interesting. New York is like hot right now. You got Alicia Keys and Jay-Z with Empire State of Mind, so everybody's loving New York. But you decided to come back to Detroit, and when we talked, you said you came back because you saw such opportunity here, which is very different from most people's mindset about the city. When they think about the city, they don't really see opportunity. They see blight, they see decay, they see a city that's going away. So tell me about what you saw and why you came back to the city.
I had a small garden, but it was only pots in my window in New York, because there's so much concrete and there's no space. There's no space for anybody to do anything unless you have $1 million. So coming back to Detroit, I really found a value for the vacant lots that were on my block, because I'm like, well, this is land just sitting here, and it could be growing something. It could be, you know, if only the value were placed on it for what it is, you know, exactly, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
But I know that your environment kind of dictates how you see things. So if you're around a vacant lot from the time you're a child, you think that's supposed to be there, and it's just supposed to be overgrown, and it's supposed to have trash on it.
Yeah.
So having not been afforded the opportunity to have a garden in New York, it super made me want one here. I started doing murals in New York, just for the simple fact of I wanted to make a space more beautiful for my daughter. That was the first one, but then I really loved it. So then I did another and another. And coming back here, I felt like, well, it's my responsibility to use that talent to improve. We'll start with my block, but then, you know, we can branch off from there. Really proud that we boarded up 7 houses in my neighborhood with murals that were not just created by me, but also with children that live in the neighborhood, so they have some ownership of it.
When people, you know, everybody, when they see an abandoned building, they automatically think ugly. But just through your practice and your skill and your gifts, you're able to see something much more than that. Is there like an instinctive process that takes place where you look at something and you say, you know what, I don't see a vacant building, I don't see it ugly, but I see the potential of something beautiful? Or is it just something that you look at and you're like, hey, we need to do something about this?
To answer your question, I think there's beauty inside of everything. And me and some of my students were talking about what is art, and whether how we judge it, how we view it, does that matter? And what is art, literally? And every single class came up with the answer, everything is art, because everything has a design.
Wow.
So with that knowledge that everything is designed for a purpose or for an aesthetic, we can appreciate it. And when we see that it's not serving its purpose, or that, you know, like an abandoned building, it's abandoned, so it's not functioning, and it's starting to deteriorate because it's not being kept up. That's just a matter of care. You know, that's just a matter of to make it something again. We just have to show that we care.
And I love what you said about like everything is designed. So everything has a unique purpose, regardless of what it may look like, or what it may sound like, or what it may feel like. And to be honest with you, that's even the same can be said about our own personal lives.
Absolutely.
That's why am I an artist? I think so. Diallo Picasso. Listen, if you want to find out more about Halima and what she is doing, they can go to the website DetroitMuralFactory.com. And they have Urban Gardens, which is a great place to take your kids. Until next time, remember that Cass Tech is the best high school in all of the world, and everybody else, yeah. Peace. Holla at you.